Crazy Calls, a tape of 7 different songs and funny recordings for answering machines.
I am very sorry that I'm not at home to take your call.
Only $14.95.
When I will get right back to you. Leave your message at the tone.
Give someone the gift of gab for their answering machine.
Calling a friend. What you've actually done is bought a one-way ticket to the answering machine zone.
Nobody's home. Nobody's home.
I'm glad you called, but I'm not home. But I'll be back before too long. You gotta
Crazy Calls, a tape of 7 different songs and funny recordings for only $14.95.
wait for the beat. You gotta leave your name. You gotta leave your number.
To order,
Wait for the beat.
Call 1-800-351-5200.
Call you back when I get home.
Hello. These fireworks here are for 2 people. One is Jose Salas, it's his birthday today, and I wanted to say happy birthday to him. That's why I had the sea otters on as well, because I know he enjoys that. Perhaps if he is not here, he will watch the replay and check it out. And then the second person that I want to wish happy birthday to is my grandmother, Lily Neff. Today would have been her birthday. She passed away a long time ago, but she is not forgotten. Best grandmother ever. So happy birthday to Lily. Happy birthday to Jose Salas. That's what the fireworks are for. This is Barefoot Tuesday. And that was an advertisement for Crazy Calls. Yeah, a lot of you remember when the answering machine came around. Some of us probably still call it the answering machine. I know I do. Even though there is no machine, sometimes I call it the answering Walkman. I don't know. I'm so confused at this point. And I remember when they first came out, it was like such a big revelation, such an incredible thing, because you used to have to like hang out by your phone. If you were like an actor, that was terrible. You had to spend your entire day hanging out by the phone, waiting for your agent to call. And then when this thing came out, we were so excited that everybody just started doing their show. Basically, well, that was my first show. My first show was an answering machine. A lot of us remember my friend Kevin Sherman had the answering machine where you answer and it sounded like he was on a roller coaster, and you could hear when he was going up, and you could hear when he was going down. Let's see what the chat room's saying about the birthdays, because the birthdays are super important. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm struggling with the technical things right now, 'cause today there's going to be some really fun technical stuff, because I like to make it really interesting. Happy birthday to Grandma Lily. Llie is the way she liked to spell it. Not like the flower, but she was like a flower. That's for sure. Ghost is in the machine. Yeah, the ghost is in the machine. Bloss was a beeper person. Yeah, that was another thing we had. Little beepers. Used to have them on our belt when we used to have belts. I got some really exciting news coming up, but let's get into the show. Oh, that's an interesting sound. I like that sound. Sounds like an alien spaceship landing. So I'm going to try and chill today. This is a chill day. This is about how do I relax? And that's all of us. When I say I mean all hummingbirds, anybody watching this show. How do I relax? And I've got some super relaxing stuff on the show today. We're going to talk a little bit about those handpans that I am obsessed with. And we're going to have some wonderful music from the handpan sculptors themselves. Yeah. So Felix Rohner said that I could play a few videos on the show, and he is there in Bern, Switzerland. He is the inventor of the Hang, H-A-N-G, PanArt. I don't know if I said handpan, but not handpan. It's called the Hang. And it's hard for me to get used to it because it's a Hang sound sculpture. Thank God. We need to, freaking relax. Some people relax with lots of weed. Yep, especially when it is their birthday. So glad to see you here, Jose. This behind me, Jeff Lowman, keeps them coming, keeps the backgrounds coming. I've got this incredible group of people that are sending me things, and you can be one of them. If you're not, please send me. Go to my website. There's a little Dropbox upload thing. There's also, other forms of communication, so many different ways. You can send me videos and backgrounds and just fun stuff. And yes, Bilo had 2 beepers, and I wasn't even on call at the hospital. Yeah, because it was really made for doctors. And then all of a sudden they were like, everybody should have them. Terrible. Let's breathe on that. I'm going to move to a little bit calmer situation here. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. One of the things I wanted to say is Blas Lorenzo. He's been on the show many times. You've seen him, hilarious comedian, hilarious DJ, hilarious person, hilarious beeper person, is going to be joining me in studio to help Boney out. So I'm going to have 2 technicians. So I'm going to be able to maybe look at the screen a little bit more, be able to read the comments more, be able to relax more, not always be looking down, not always be, sometimes my guest will say, and then the famine started, and I'll be like, ha, that's hilarious, because I wasn't able to listen because I was down there, doing the technical thing. So we're going to try and alleviate some of that. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Much needed therapy, yeah. Let it go. I want to say I am not a licensed therapist, but I do enjoy therapy. Wow, Jeff Lowman really lives the life of Riley. Wait till you see, because we're going to go on a little Jeff Lowman mini vacation real soon here. He was the beeper king. I used to have a thing, it was called, that my friend and I came up with, called Beeper Buddies and Pager Pals, where we were going to put little dolls on the pagers. Little, like you could have, I don't know, Herman Munster or Homer Simpson on your belt, and it would, you lift up the little head. It was a brilliant idea. Never came to fruition. They moved on with the pagers. We could probably still make them with iPhones. I don't know. But let's see. Jose, thank you. Just Jay. Just Jay must be here. I don't know. I didn't see her because, I'm trying to run the tech. And of course, I have, because Blas was over here yesterday and we checked out some new ways that we can do things, I have amped up the technical stuff on the relaxation day. So I've got some cool stuff I'm going to show you, though. Let's see what this. Blas Lorenzo is my very talented longtime friend. So excited that he is joining Boney in the back room of LT. Yes! Let's get some applause. That's going to be so welcome. One more. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Tech prep. Let it go. Greg Wardle is here. But you play one on a weird show. Yeah, I play a therapist on a weird show. I'm so glad to see you here, Greg. Greg is one of my favorite people. We have spent more time virtually hanging out than in the real world, but it has been quality time. I don't think you ever had that about famine. What are you talking about? Guignol? It's probably something I missed. Jose's birthday. I'm just checking in with everybody here. Wow, that's really some phrase, Kamala. Excited bony backroom, yeah. Tina Adams is here, all the way from Edmonds, Washington. So glad to see you. I have a special shirt on today. I'll show it to you later. But first, I'm going to show you my feet. Yeah. Check it out. Barefoot cam. Yeah. So there's my feet. This is what happens, during the show with my feet. They're just always, dancing around. Maybe I could do some tap dancing. I don't know, but now we have the barefoot cam. Maybe I could get Boney to do some cool stuff. Maybe I could get, some, let's see. Bob Newhart is a subscriber. Yeah, because he's a therapist. The days of wow. Days of wow. Yeah, so there's my feet. That's something you could send in too if you wanted to send in your feet, pictures of your feet, or I don't know, videos of your feet. It's weird. Anyway, back to the breathing. I don't know if anybody needs to take a breath after the foot fetish segment of the show, but please feel free. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. I like what Guignol says here. You're not being present with your breath. Yeah, that's what happens. I get all wound up, all the technical stuff. And the more I discover technical things, the more I get out of my breath, right? Kamala charges a lot for pictures of her feet. I give them away free. I don't know, it's a service that I'm providing. But now, speaking of a service that we're providing, and I'm going to try and talk like ASMR person now. Speaking of this service that we're providing, we have a little mini vacation for y'all, brought to us by Jeff Lowman and Mayada Lowman out there in Thailand. And let's get it going. This is a new segment called Mini Vacation. Here they are, out there in Thailand, living the life of Riley, as they say. I don't know what, oh yeah, I love that when Jeff does the robot dance. We can go along with them, enjoy some vacation, because let's face it, you deserve it. You deserve a vacation. There's some flowers, similar to the candy wrappers we saw lemurs eating last week. I'm gonna breathe. I got a great short story coming up for you, just a very short story that you will love. And then a contest. But before that, we're gonna explore some therapy of the music variety. Isn't this the greatest, going on vacation with them? This is an app called 1 Second a Day or something like that. It's pretty cool. And yes, we've got a little Tibetan bowls now. This is for y'all to really relax and feel the healing vibrations. I want to send a shout out or send some healing vibrations to Travis, the one pictured here on the screen. Travis, I guess he's down with the flu this week, so healing vibrations sending your way. Life of Riley was a radio show. Oh, I didn't know that at all. Let's see. Its main character lived a Life of Riley. All right, so these are Tibetan bowls, and this is Travis up there in Seattle, Washington. Nobody says it like that, but I try to say it that way as much as possible. Bilo can't share his feet. Exclusive deal with OnlyFans. Be a breach of contract. Yeah, those are good deals to have. My feet, I don't know if they win any awards, but they're pretty sturdy, pretty good to have. Really digging them. And you know what? That reminds me of the story that I'm going to tell later on today. But that's later on today. This show is chill. So enjoy. The next thing I'm going to show you, I had a guest, Matt Venuti, on the show. Matt Venuti, and he plays the hong as well as many other instruments. And I really got into what's a hong? I don't know. I mean, it's a sculpture. It's what's called a sound sculpture. These are ancient Tibetan bowls that give off this incredible sound. But these hongs, I can't say drum. It's really difficult. The hong is new. Came about in around 2000. Soothing, isn't it? Oh, good. Greg's got some facts. 1940 to 1949, the story of Chester Riley was a riveter. Also from that show, the catchphrase, "That's a revolting predicament." I think we should use that catchphrase more often. What a revolting predicament. I think Bugs Bunny used to say that, right? Yeah. I'm going to try and talk in a soothing way, like I'm an ASMR host or something. So next, I'm going to show you. Okay, so we're going to look at PanArt, because PanArt, I was lucky enough to have a discussion with Felix over the email, who invented the hong. And it's a very particular instrument. So we're leaving Healing Vibrations. Thank you so much for Healing Vibrations. That was very helpful. And now we're going to go on to PanArt. So and I've talked about this on the show before, so some of you might know about this, but we're discovering it sort of together. I don't think that was Bugs Bunny. Danielle doesn't think it was Bugs Bunny. Sure, he said, I'm in a revolting predicament. Oh, Sylvester, right? I'm going to adopt the revolting predicament catchphrase. It's extremely apropos. What a revolting predicament. I'm thinking that the person who says it has a lisp. I don't know. I used to have a lisp when I was a little child. I love it. I loved it. So here are the different instruments, the different hong instruments. They're very specifically made. There's various ones. And take a good look, because there's going to be a quiz. There's the hong balu, the hong ball, the hong sculpture. The hong, what we know of as the hong, is that one on the right. And it's called the hong sculpture. And basically what it was is he made steel drums. And one day a jazz friend of his came over to Felix's place. He lives in Bern, Switzerland, and said, I'd like to have one that I could carry around. Is there any way you could take one drum and fit it to another drum head, the steel drums, and then you could weld it together or something, and then I could carry it around and play it. And so they made one, and it was huge, because they were making it in the tradition of the Trinidadian steel drums, which is a very long-standing tradition, and they tune them with hammers. They put the thing together, and they came up with this giant, like space saucer-looking thing. It was rounder, but they found that they could play it, and it was an incredible sound. So since then, they made them smaller, and that's what you see there, the hong sculpture. And then they made the hong ball, which has a bass on the bottom of it. And then some of these other instruments, there's even something that looks like a guitar, You see there's all these different types. And there's even one that looks like a guitar. You see them down there. Pong strings. I don't know where they get the names. Yeah. Guignel says looks like a handpan, which of course is completely insulting to the PanArt people, because they think, they think that basically people stole it. And the thing that Felix wanted to tell me when I talked to him, he wanted to make it very clear that these are different than the handpans, because they are made, one of the reasons is that they are made from a different kind of metal procedure. Yeah, and it's almost like a ceramic metal. It feels much more like a skin, he said. It's much stronger. And they developed this process, and it is, okay, so this is what he said. He said, it's harder, right? And they said, how did people in the past make metal harder? And it turns out they did all kinds of weird things. So one of the ways was with blood, like human blood, like if it was like a sword or something like that. They claimed that the blood made it harder. And so then they also found that peeing on it would actually make it harder as well. He didn't want to do this, so he would strengthen it with another process that is very distinct to the way he does it. I don't know what that process is called, but it's something where they use nitrogen. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I can get him on the show. But the main thing is we're relaxing here, and this is not a lecture, but I just wanted to get you ready to watch these people play the thing. So this is Felix, Sabina. They both make these things. And then Basil and David Roner. And if this isn't relaxing, I don't know what is. I can't help you. I don't know if somebody in the chat room, after looking at the website, metal gets harder with a distortion pedal. Oh, wow. So I don't know if after looking at the website, or if you do happen to look at the website, which is panart.ch, if you could even tell me which one this one is. I'm trying to get my hands on one of these, because I would like to see what it's like. See, they're demonstrating a bunch of different ones. Find that yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. So here are the specifics. The Saracens, an ancient people in the Mediterranean, hardened their weapons in the blood of men. And the Spaniards hardened their weapons in horse urine. So they didn't actually pee on them. They had their horses pee on it. Always have your horses do the peeing. All right, so here's some more. Check this out. So yeah, they have a patented process that makes the material more crystallized, in the neighborhood of like a bronze. My dad would like this show, I'll tell you that. You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. If your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, they're no friends of mine. He's got the stringed instrument back there too, which is super cool. I think that's David in the back. Felix is on the left there. He and Sabina pioneered this. They started out as steel drum makers. So to get one, apparently you have to apply and say why you want to play this instrument. And then you have to go all the way to Bern, Switzerland to pick it up. Because they are very serious about this instrument. Or these instruments. And finally, here's an ensemble of them. All four of them. The Pangensemble. Pangensemble. Felix for letting me play this. This has got words.
And sugar icing on a cake.
It's got a message.
And some ponies more. And making dance a snake. And some ponies more than a warm nest in Gaia's lap. And some ponies more. Than a simple app.
It's like singing about the instrument, with the instrument.
More than a performance on YouTube. More than a gift for people in the tube. More than the marriage of rhythm and melody. More than a romantic rhapsody. More than clicks on a plastic handpan shell. Creating a captivating sound, a noisy pell-mell. Come down, come down, come down, come down. Come down and give up your ego's control. Come down, come down, come down. Come down and let sing your soul. And some palm is more than a halo over your head. More than a false monkey's iridescent sound bed. More than stepping out of life's banality. More than a flow to leave profane reality. More than a touch of color in an orchestra's sound. More than a bright light over the ground. More than a kick, more than a kick, more than sweeties after a rich meal, more than a ceremony to heal, more than a kick to life, more than a gift for your wife, more than dead hand movements on a pot of steel. Patterns on a perfect machine. Come down, come down, come down.
I mean, I can't go away from this just yet.
Come down and join your intuition. Come down, come down, come down, come down.
I was just gonna play part of this, but I don't think I can stop it until the end.
Come down and give to music your contribution. Don't draw the circle of your life too wide. Play fluid music with your friend beside. Don't draw the circle of your life too wide. Play fluid music with your friend beside. Accept the flow of life. Be modest. Tune it. That will be the best. Accept the flow of life. Be modest. Tune it. That will be the best.
All right, so that was, I played the whole thing because it was so, I don't know, I was really getting into it. I hope you enjoy that as much as I did. Thank you very much to Felix, Roner, Sabina, Basil, David, all of them. Just really great to have them on the show. Yes, very relaxing. I hope y'all are relaxing. I'm going to try something crazy here, something I've never done before. I am going to do like a little in-studio thing because what I want to do is I want to move this, broaden this out a little bit so that at some point I can bring my guests in the studio. Yeah, it was mesmerizing. I think it was, for me, absolutely mesmerizing. I'm glad to hear you all enjoy that too. This is another Jeff Lowman thing. This is incredible. I mean, I don't have to tell you it's incredible, but this is a temple. And I don't know, it looks like they're like two glorious chickens. Maybe they're peacocks, I'm not sure. I'm gonna make myself smaller here so you can see. Yeah, Jeff was there. I mean, they're there. I don't know, I'm not going to places like that. All right, Howard's relaxed. I'm so glad. Me too, I feel pretty good. Yeah, this is the kind of show where we can breathe. We can experience things that maybe are not like 2 seconds, something like a little bit more drawn out, which is the luxury we have here. Tina liked it too. Yeah, I thought you would. I have this incredible video of a hummingbird that Guignel sent me, and damned if I don't know where it is. Damned if I don't know. Let me see if I can call it up. It was just stunning. If I don't have it here, yeah, we're gonna have to have it on another show. If I had Boney's like, I don't know, giving Bloss a tutorial or something. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, let's get on with it because we're gonna do something weird here. Check it out. Am I on the screen? I don't know. I can't even tell, man. I can't even tell. Maybe you can all tell me whether I'm on the screen, whether I'm not. I don't really know. But I'm trying this like different situation here where we're like in the studio and I can, maybe have a guest here, maybe have something else, something where maybe more three-dimensional. I don't know. Let me know if you can. Oh, good. I'm on the screen. Because I walked away from the computer, which is very different. I can, we can do stuff still, like we could watch, this roller coaster, which reminds me, of course, of Kevin Sherman's answering machine message. Yeah, what we're gonna do, okay, so what we're gonna do today, and this is just a kind of a test of this. It feels good to be maybe in a different location. We can do all kinds of things with this, but right now we're just going, whoa, look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't have a lot of control. Is it disorienting? Oh, the ride or the moving to a different location? I don't know. Probably it doesn't even matter to y'all. To me, it's like, oh my God, I just did something crazy. These are some lions at the Oregon Zoo. There is a plan today. There's a couple other things that I want to get to. So just thought I'd show you some different perspective. This is a lion at the Oregon Zoo just rolling around in the hay, snuggling in fresh bedding. That's what the video is if you want to look it up yourself. It's called African lions roll around, snuggle in fresh bedding, which is pretty cool. This is a rabbit drinking some fizzy water. That is on a channel called C. Herman. I'm not even get to it because I'm afraid that might be like something where they're like, you can't show that. So you'll have to check that out on C. Herman. It's like a rabbit. He drinks some sparkling water and just goes, what the heck's going on with that? That's just weird. This is an elephant swimming. I do want to show you my shirt. Speaking of elephants, you couldn't see it very well before. It has Ganesha on it, which of course, Ganesha has a trunk like an elephant. Got this in India. Don't want to upstage these elephants because elephant swimming are super cool. Super cool. Disorienting. All right, so now I'm going to walk back over there. So I tried that out. That was cool. That was fun. So now we're going to get to the story that I have to tell y'all. I got a good one. Can't say that. All right, so that was fun. That was just a weird thing to do, but I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. That was for me. That was for me. Okay, I don't know, Friday when we had lamb chop on, or maybe it was before lamb chop. No, I think it was when we had lamb chop on. We looked at this guy and he was eating a wrapper. He's a lemur eating the wrapper. Yeah. So I just want to tell you, so I was way wrong. I thought it was a flower. Turns out it was an actual wrapper. Yeah, the Milky Way. You think it's Milky Way? Yeah. It's some kind of weird wrapper. It's definitely a wrapper. I mean, not like the kind that, makes music. But this is what I thought it was. This is the Oregon Zoo. This is definitely not a rapper. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they are musicians. But it's definitely some flowers. And they eat them. It's the weirdest thing. We should eat more flowers, right? Yeah, there's no logo on that one. I just love the way they look at you with those big eyes. If I had eyes like that, just sort of like, that would be dynamite. Here's some more lemurs with flowers from the Oregon Zoo. They just love them. Look, he's got all the pollen in there. I think they probably pollinate. I don't know. Maybe they're like bees. It's the birds and the bees. All right, now we're getting onto the story. They are super cute. These guys are cute too. They're baboons, right? So Let me see if I can get myself in there with the baboons. Oh, there I am. Hanging out with, oh, there's two of me hanging out with the baboons. Yeah, so this story that I have to tell you involves a baboon. Baboons are, of course, incredible monkeys. And I just wanted you all to enjoy that, because that alone, of course, is worth the price of admission to lunch therapy. And baboons, what do I know about baboons before we get into the delightful story that I have to tell you? Baboons are, they eat anything. They're omnivorous, kind of like humans. The main thing they eat is grass, kind of like Jose. But they also eat berries, seeds, pods, blossoms, not candy wrappers, leaves, roots, bark, sap, insects, fish, shellfish, hares. Hares, that's rabbits. I don't want you to, think that baboons are horrible hare eaters, but apparently they eat some rabbits. Birds, vervet monkeys. I don't know what a vervet monkey is, but it seems kind of almost cannibalistic to eat another monkey, right? But who's judging? I don't judge baboons. I mean, if they were to judge us, forget about it. In fact, we are there, as most animals, this is probably true. We are the biggest killer of baboons, humans. Not me personally, I never kill a baboon. They also eat small antelopes. Yeah. They live in groups, averaging, 50 to 300 baboons. Usually just 7 or 8 males and about twice as many females, and they're young in the groups of like 50. And they live primarily in the middle part of Africa. And that brings me to the story. In the late 1800s, in Cape Town, South Africa, usually the baboons are like in the middle of Africa, but he's in South Africa. This guy worked on the railroad. Yeah. He worked on the railroad, and he loved to jump between the rail cars. I don't know if he'd run across the roofs and jump between the rail cars, just from one to the other. And I don't know if he did it while they were moving. That would be even wackier. And this is unusual because it's dangerous as crap to do that. And this guy's name was James Wide. Yeah. And they called him James Jumper Wide because he was of his foolish behavior, jumping between cars. And it caught up to him one day. He missed the jump. He was running, I guess maybe just like, in some James Bond movie, he was running on the top of the train car, and he jumped and he missed it. And I guess he fell between the cars, and I think the train ran him over because he lost both his legs. And I can't think of another scenario where you could lose both your legs from jumping and falling. So I imagine, it doesn't say it anywhere, but I imagine the train ran over both his legs. So he didn't have legs. And it's horrific, right? You think perhaps that would be the end of old James Jumper Wide, but it wasn't. It was very difficult after that to live up to his nickname, and perhaps the nickname became somewhat ironic, I guess. But he got himself some peg legs. They didn't have those special kind that they have now, but he had two peg legs walking around. And this is where the baboon comes in. He got himself a baboon to do his work for him. Now that is resourceful. I don't know. I mean, who would even think of that? Very resourceful. Got the baboon to do his work. Baboon's name was Jack. Yeah, he had a name. Let me see just what, if anybody, guy's plotting something with a stick. Oh, the baboon's in the back. I got these baboons going on. They are beautiful, and they've stopped. Let's get them going again. Yes, Brian Wilson. Maybe I thought of that too. Brian Wilson was an activist who laid down on the tracks in front of a train. Train didn't see him. He was protesting the war, I believe. Vietnam War? Protesting a war. Train came, ran over his legs. He also wasn't stopped by that. Became this incredible activist. Yeah. The train ran over him on purpose. That's cold. That's cold. So anyway, so he got this baboon to Jack, and he's like, Jack, I like you to do my job for me because I jumped between trains and lost both my legs, and I wasn't protesting anything. And Jack said, sure, I'll do it. And I'm not that he said sure, because baboons don't talk. I mean, it's a pretty unusual baboon, so I would not be surprised if it did speak, but I did not hear anything. I even looked this up on Snopes to make sure this was not just a crazy baboon, conspiracy theory or something like that. So Jack would push Jumper around in his wheelchair. He was like his nurse guy, and then also he would operate the railway signals. And he has these big levers, and he would pull the levers, and this is pretty serious stuff. This is like being an air traffic controller, but you're basically a railway traffic controller. And this prominent woman was like, oh no, look at that baboon. He's doing all the train switching. I'm sure she talked like that because she was noted as a prominent woman. Oh no, she said, I can't have a baboon switching the trains. So she reported the baboon. She reported him. So it's not as if it's not, they just come up with a perfect solution. Jumper has come up with a perfect solution of the baboon. And so now, all of a sudden, the baboon had to prove himself. So they did an investigation into the baboon. And you know what they found out? They found out that baboon was damn good at switching trains. Damn good. In fact, perfect. He never missed. He never missed. Yeah. The ape and I have the same beard. I probably do too. Let me just look at this here. Oh my God, Brian Wilson. We're talking about Brian Wilson now. This is great. Yeah, he ran over on his purpose. He was stopping an arms deal. Oh, we were sending arms to the Contras in Nicaragua. It wasn't about the Vietnam War. So yeah, so he's perfect. And you know what else? All that they started paying the baboon. They started paying Jack. They were like, we gotta pay this guy if he's gonna work for the train company. So they started paying him. And they paid him 20 cents a day and a half a bottle of beer a week. That's it. I don't know. Back then in 1890, maybe that was a lot. I don't know. But he was happy about it. And I don't know what he did with his 20 cents. I don't know whether Jumper took it from him. Hard to say. He worked on the railroad. So Jack worked on the railroad. Jack the baboon worked on the railroad for 9 years until he finally died of tuberculosis. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And if you don't believe me, which I'm sure you do, because after all these years of lunch therapy, I'm sure you trust most of my things, especially if Greg Wardle fact checks them. I need to go to a different barber. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I should just shave my face, shave off my eyebrows too. Just start something new. What did Jack eat? Jack ate just like all baboons, just like humans, just whatever was around, Jack ate. I'm not sure what he regularly ate. It's a good question. Here's a couple of pictures. There's Jack the baboon and our friend Jumper Wide there with his peg legs. I mean, this is a real photo. So there. And here's another one. So there's Jumper pushing, there's Jack pushing Jumper around, James Jumper Wide around on his, maybe that's his wheelchair. I don't think so. That looks like a little train thing, one of those train things. And then there's Jack. This is a beautiful photo. where you can see the peg legs, you can see Jack, you can see the switcher thing. I don't know enough about trains. I did have a great-grandfather who was a train conductor, so I'm a bit remiss, but pretty cool stuff. I don't know what the other people did when they saw that. All right, so this has been a segment on baboons. Now I'm going to play this video that I made that I think is very relaxing, and then we're going to go into the dance break. I don't think I can do a quiz today, but next week. This is a cool thing I found on the internet, and then I slowed it down and I colorized it and I put this song on here. Oh my God, we have a request, Pink Floyd. I got a good one for you though. I got a good dance break for you. Pink Floyd, yeah, that would be good today. There's a lot of pink. Yeah. Soul Patch. This guy's amazing. I mean, I just shut up. It speaks for itself. I love that. Oh no, I'm in a spaceship. So thanks everybody for being here today. I never got to the quiz, but you know, there's always another day. We live to fight another day. I hope that this was relaxing for you all. And it's just going to get more and more relaxing around here. It's going to get more and more exciting, more and more relaxing. Lots of things to come in the lunch therapy universe. It's not a multiverse. It's a single verse. It's only got one verse and a great chorus. Yeah, I love that video too. I hope that gentleman who spins around. See, it's just one of those things where, you know, sort of like last week we had Lamb Chop on, and it's like people find things that other people would be like, what? You're going to talk to a sock? And it's just like, oh, I'm going to talk to a sock. And it's just, you change the world, you know, or you at least change your world or the world of somebody, some people you don't even know. Like that guy has no idea. We're watching him spin around. Relaxing in a world of chaos. Yeah. But we got to stay here and we got to make it better. And the only way to make it better is to start with your own, what you're putting out there, How can we help each other out? And let me know if I can help any of you out in any way, or if you want to see something particular on the show. If you want to send me stuff, I'd love it. This is a community. This show doesn't happen without you all. So I appreciate you all being there. The sock was drunk. Yeah, it certainly was. All right. I've got Alexa, Mello, another person contributing their work to the show. And let's dance it out. There's white rabbits, but it's probably White Rabbit, right? I might be wrong. It's another rendition of White Rabbit.
So Probiscus, when she was just small. And when you go chasing rabbits and you know you're going to fall, tell him smoking caterpillar eyes giving you the call. Just call Alice when she's 10 feet tall. One man on the chessboard, get up and tell you where to go. And she just had some kind of mushroom. Proportion have fallen, sloppy dead. White knight is talking backwards, and the red queen's off with the red. Remember what the donor said. Feed it.
Like the end of that.